Call the September 10th, 2012 meeting of the Finance Committee to order. If everyone please rise for the pledge, or excuse me, for the invocation, remain standing for the pledge. Councilman Laura will lead us in the prayer.
Dear Lord, as we gather here tonight, 11 years tomorrow from the anniversary of September 11th, on that day we just ask that you help us to remember the many sacrifices that those individuals made and have made since in fighting that war on terror. And we ask that you also grant a special blessing on all of those who serve our country and keep them safe. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Secretary. Councilman Shakespeare and Councilwoman Casso are absent this evening. Chair's additions, we have none. Public comment period. Anyone wishing to speak before the commission on any agenda item can come up and sign in with the secretary. Will get 3 minutes to speak when that item comes up. General business, monthly contracts report. Ms. Kimlin Bailey Lomas.
The contract report for the month of August is included in your packet. Those are the contracts that we entered between August 1st and August 31st. There's a total of 21 contracts. I'll give you a moment to look over it and see if anyone has any questions.
Does anyone have any questions? Need a little bit more time? All right, we'll move on. Item 6, Special Tuesday Program Presentation, Ms. Bobby Blanchard.
Get up here, man. I gotta introduce you. If anybody's gonna make a mistake, it's gonna be all of us.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Councilman.
Ascension Parish President.
Okay, all of you have your folders. Everyone has a folder? Okay. I want to introduce y'all to Miss Kathy Edmonston. Y'all have y'all folders?
Doesn't, it's empty.
I think quite a few of them are empty. They didn't have, they're just the folders.
Did y'all fill them all?
Two or three of us have the,
Wait, how many? I have one left over here, too.
we can share.
Yeah, we'll share.
Oh, you had two.
No, it's not here, so.
We'll share.
You take this one, and I'll share with Brian. We're gonna share.
We had a lot of
Okay,
photos
we got
that were
it.
empty for some reason.
Everybody good?
Are we good?
Okay. We're here to explain to you about Special Tuesday. I'm sure most of you are familiar with Special Tuesday, Beau Porto program. It's for the handicapped. I'm Bobby Blanchard, coordinator and founder of the Beau Porto Special Tuesday Incorporated program. This is Miss Kathy Edmonston. She's on our board of directors. Miss Gaynell Moore, who is essential this summer, presenting art. Dusty Brooklyn couldn't come here, but my right-hand man, and Miss Sherry Jenkins. All of you are familiar with these people? Okay, I thought if you had a little bit of time, Miss Kathy is going to read a letter. Since I can no longer see, I lost my sight. Kathy, and while she's reading the letter, would y'all like to see some video, not video, some slides of Special Tuesday? John, you got the clicker? Okay.
Okay, the budget summary, do I need to go over that?
Yes.
Out loud for y'all? Okay. The 2011 budget summary for the Beau Porto Special Tuesday program. The beginning balance was negative $3,911. the revenue from Ascension Parish by an intergovernmental agreement, $7,989.56. Donations were $670 for a total revenue of $8,609.56. Expenditures, insurance was $635.70. 501c3 status with the state of Louisiana, is that correct? $5. Equipment, $3,375.95. Kitchen and bath supplies, $403.99. Office supplies and postage, $733.19. That would be for the certificates that she gives each person after they complete the program, and invitations to the Christmas party, that kind of thing. Food, which there's some food, and every individual is allowed, what do you have, two opportunities to get a little something to eat during the
A lot of something.
2 to 6, right. It's from 2 to 6
2 to
every
6.
Tuesday. And the food, the cost for that was $1,425.72. The Christmas party, which is a real bash that she puts on at Christmas time, is the cost for that was $1,868.99. The Special Tuesday T-shirts, which have this emblem on them that she gives all participants that come to Special Tuesday, that was a cost of $395.66. Memorials, $105.62.
That's the ones who have passed.
Oh, we had some people who were participants who had passed away, okay? So the total expenditure is $8,949.82, with an ending balance at the end of 2011 of negative $4,251.26.
Right.
Okay? Did you want to say anything about that?
No.
Okay.
We have to wait when the parish decides to pay us, then that'll help cover some of that.
Okay.
Other than that, whatever the parish doesn't pay for, I take care of.
And have for 18
18
years,
years.
correct? Yeah. And I can just say, some of you know, I have a son, Zachary, who is now 30, and he has been a part of this program since the inception, and it is an amazing program. And if it wouldn't be for Bobby, we would not have Special Tuesday. So for those of you who don't know about it, maybe some Tuesday, it's usually the first 6 weeks in the month of June, would be great for y'all to come out and kind of see what she does. It's really pretty amazing. Okay, let me read. You can follow along here. I'm Bobby Blanchard, founder and coordinator of the Bo Porter Special Tuesday program. Obviously, I'm not Bobby, but here she is. Special Tuesday is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Special Tuesday is a summer program for all people with disabilities. This past summer was our 18th year of providing a recreational program for these special individuals with disabilities who cannot take part in normal summer activities. Anyone with a disability and their families or caregivers are able to attend. There is no preference to age, religion, race, color, creed, and/or disease or disability. The program takes place every Tuesday in June and 2 weeks in July, and there's also a Christmas party in December. I'll just add that this year we were at Carver.
Right. Well, we can tell them about that after.
Okay, we'll do that afterward, okay? We provide the attendees with food and drinks, sports such as volleyball, basketball, foosball, air hockey, ping pong, three-wheel adult bikes, and tricycles for those to ride, and golf, also a golf putting game. We also provide TV monitors for computer games, Wii games, and Special Tuesday T-shirts for those with disabilities. We provide table games, toys, and puzzles for those who cannot take part in physical activities. This past summer, we added an art class with the help of Ms. Gaynell Moore. We play bingo from 5 to 6. We put prizes on a table, and when they win, they get to choose their prize. This is an all-volunteer program. We do not charge these individuals for the food, for the use of any of the games, or for their T-shirts. Everything is free to these individuals. Most of them could not afford to pay, especially with their medical bills and other expenses that are not covered by insurance. Volunteer Ascension Connect teens and other churches, schools, and organizations whose students need civic hours volunteer to help with the Special Tuesday program. This is a blessing to us. Since the beginning of the Bo Porta Special Tuesday program, the attendance had increased to 357 until this summer. We had 317 attendees. Some of our special individuals passed away, and some had no transportation, or either their parents had moved to other locations. It also would be an honor if any of the parish officials, employers, or employees would like to visit our Special Tuesday program to see what takes place.
Okay, and that's it.
Okay.
The next 2 pages on here, just for the heck of it, I threw in the top copy of our taxes for 2010 and 2011. It shows mostly of what it takes and what we have to put up. Now, Ms. Gaynell, are you showing it? I showed it, yes, ma'am. All of it? Okay, good. I'd like Gaynell to explain something to y'all and show y'all an amazing feat. These children, when we told them we were going to have painting, they thought we were going to hand them a bucket, a brush, and a roller. They had never, ever had any art before. Now, can you see this? How do we put this on? We click it?
You can see it.
Okay.
Okay,
Gaynell.
this is one, you see my name on it. So I did this to show them, to give them something to go by.
Simple.
And I tried to keep it as simple because I really, when I got started, I had no idea how capable, and I realized that they were going to have different levels.
Who did that one?
This one is Jennifer
Jennifer Bagala.
Bagala, because
How close
I'm
you came.
I'm still trying to get myself familiar with some of these people, and I was just amazed. This is one of the most, it just makes me want to cry sometimes when I see how well they did. I was just amazed.
To mimic something they have never done before.
And I missed one Tuesday, and Bobby tells me that when she announced, how did that go? When she announced I wasn't going to be there, there was already
Sitting at the table waiting.
waiting on me.
I can't do it, I'm blind.
And this, okay,
It's
this
just
one.
some of their work. When you think about these children, mental, physically.
And look at the
Gaynell,
colors. And some of them,
And copied her,
and some of them actually
added
added.
birds.
Once they got started, they just went. I mean, look at the colors in this one. And this one, some of them, one little guy, I can't remember his name, he wanted to do, he kept wanting to do another one, He says, I want to do one for my dad. I got him to do some, I think the last Tuesday, we did some autumn scenes, which,
Most of them take their paintings home. They're pretty proud of them, and they bring them to their parents.
some of the parents, I understand, said they were going to frame them. They were so proud.
Not realizing that their child
Could
could
accomplish
actually
this.
accomplish
And of
something
course,
like
they all had to put, once I told them, you have to put a bird in it. Well, some of them really
Yeah.
got carried away with their birds. They wanted to make sure they put birds in it. Now, some of them I had got some little coloring things for those who did not want to take part in the freehand on the painting. So some of them did some coloring.
Watercolors.
This is all watercolors.
All watercolors. It's in crayons. It's in anything like
Yeah, this is really watercolor. I tried one Tuesday to bring in acrylics, but I didn't want parents to get upset with me with stains, paints
their shirts.
on their clothes that might not come off. So the watercolor was more washable, and that's why I decided to go with the. And I'm already getting ready for next summer. This was one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life, to see what these people could accomplish.
Thank you.
And I'm
for
looking
that.
forward to next summer. Thank you.
Now, every Christmas for the 40, I have, many people donate stuffed animals. Well, you have to go home, you have to clean them, you have to sterilize them. And I do the best I can. Some of them still have stings, but it's a big thing. When I take the sheets off of those big tables and they're full of stuffed animals, they take off, and Santa Claus couldn't even stop them last year. They were going to get their stuffed animals. And the other thing that I do for them, they love to see their pictures of themselves and their friends. So the past 2 years, I have been giving them calendars. You can see it, and they get memories. Look at Scott. So they asked me, I got in trouble because I couldn't fit everyone in the whole calendar. So this year I'm trying really hard to put maybe a picture of everyone in there. We have to do a real good, you see the fishing games, the basketball. That's our kitchen crew. That was for our ending. At the end, our 6th week, we have a Mardi Gras parade. Hey, it's Tuesday. So we have a Mardi Gras parade. We throw candies, beads. I mean, it's just amazing. They dance. You would never believe that these children can do that. I make a cake at the end of the 6 weeks. And 12 cake mixes. I know it's very large, but it's, yeah, y'all have to cut it. This is for them. They love this. They just, look at Kelly here, dancing. Since the beginning, a long time. I've watched these children grow up, and believe me, it's shocking the summer that they come back, and you see them. Some of the, I said, little boys come in with mustaches and beards. What happened to my little guy? They grew up. And since I can't go by age, because you might have some that are 40, 50, but with the mind of a 3-year-old, 4-year-old. So if you have in your heart, think about it for these special people. If you'd like to give us a raise, I'd be tickle pink. Anything? Well, any questions?
Any questions, gentlemen?
I got one real quick.
Mr. Kluwak?
Bobby, where, just for the public's sake, where you having Special Tuesdays now?
I'm gonna put wheels on my mailbox. We've moved 11 times in 18 years. And it's very difficult to move all this heavy equipment without it getting damaged. And you're talking about bringing it in on Monday, setting it up, taking it out on Tuesday. It gets damaged. But last year, 2011, Parish President helped us with the Trademark Center. We had quite a few that came, and it was wonderful. We had enough room for our volleyball inside, the bikes, the broom hockey. We had an arena and everything. It was really great. And then we couldn't use, 2 weeks before I was going to start up, I found out I couldn't use the trademark. I said, oh, geez, what am I going to do? Well, Parish President, Mr. Moose Pierce, they got together with the school board. Again, the school board came to our rescue. Miss Patrice Pujol, Chad Lynch, Miss Lorraine, they let us use the gym at Carver. And, well, the school board went over and above their call of duty. We had no hot water in the gym. This gym is very old. No hot water. 7 or 8 plugs, and we needed like 25 for all the games and stuff. The wheelchairs couldn't fit in the bathroom, so they came in there, and they tore out a wall out of each bathroom so they could fit the wheelchairs. They made a ramp for the wheelchairs. The gym had no double doors. The doors they had were smaller than that one. So they tore out a wall in this gym, put a ramp, and put double doors in there for these children, which I'm very proud of. I am. And thank y'all, Tommy, Moose. Let everybody know. It was half the size of the Trade Mart. We had to put the riding of the bikes outside, the volleyball outside, and, oh, yeah. It was extremely hot in June and July. So many of my diabetics, my cancer children, they couldn't go out there. The heart kids, they couldn't go outside in the heat. Well, you know, you try your best. You do your level best to try to please everybody. Remember what I said, Parish President? You can please some of the people some of the time, but never all the people all the time. So we all, Miss Sherry came in there and helped, did our best. And in the end, it turned out very well. It was just that it was a little closed in and they didn't have access to everything. So what I did, I brought in and made things that we could do to make up for the things we couldn't do inside. My handiwork with the golf putting, you have that on there? Huh? Yeah, we brought in and you know, I thought it would be a little difficult because this idiot could not make everything work like I wanted it to on the Wii game. They came in, they were bowling, they were playing, what was it? The racing. They had all kind of things on this Wii game. They could do it better than I could. And I was worried about them. It would be too much for them. That's not true. And then the 3 computer games worked beautifully. The food, we had no kitchen. So this is what we did. Between the bleachers and the wall, we put in a little cabinet with a double sink and a portable water heater. And of course, I had to buy some rolling cabinets to serve the food on. God help me, if the Board of Health would have walked in, I guess they'd have threw me out. But we did it. And I'm ecstatic. And from what I understand, we're going to be there next summer coming up. So, any other questions? Did I explain everything, Mr. Randy? Too much, right? Just want to make sure I get everything in.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Bobby. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving on to agenda item number 7, professional service contract between Ascension Parish Government and Special Tuesday in the amount of $8,000. Ms. Kimler.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Joseph, second by Councilman Kluart. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Item 8, cooperative endeavor agreement between Ascension Parish Government and River Region Art Association, amount of $6,750. Ms. Kimler.
The contract with River Region Art, we received the presentation several meetings ago. However, when the presentation was completed, he didn't request the funds for the appropriation. So we're just asking for those today.
Motion.
I'm sorry.
That's
The
all right.
contract is in your packet, and we just need to get approval on the amount.
We've got a motion by Councilman Kluart, a second by Councilman Martinez, excuse me. Martinez, I'm sorry.
Melanson.
Melanson,
There
I'm
we
sorry. Where am I at tonight? My apologies, Brian. Yeah,
Tommy, I thought you was up here getting a second on that one.
I don't know where that one come from. Anyway, got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Move on quickly. Item number 9, J&J Engineering Incorporated to amend the contract in amount of $1,605. Total contract not to exceed $74,235 between the Ascension Parish government and J&J Engineering for the DPW building on the west side. That's probably all I
Motion.
got.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Joseph, second
That's where you got it.
by Councilman Todd Lambert.
It's shocking.
Any discussion? Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Item 10, Lamar Dixon sponsorship agreement, site sponsorship agreements to allow Cox, Hughes, Impala, and Mike Andersons to advertise their business at Lamar Dixon for a nominal fee. Mr. O'Neill Parrington.
These are the advertising contracts. We can have sponsorship agreements at Lamar Dixon. These are for your approval. They've already all paid the money.
Motion by Mr. Melanson, second by Mr. Kluwat. Any discussion? Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Item 11, authorization for the expropriation of property on Highway 42 for the Galvez Library. Mr. Parrington.
Yeah, it's not really, it's part of the right-of-way acquisition that the state is doing for the widening of Highway 42. All this money goes to the library board. They paid for the property, they paid for the improvements, they negotiated the deal with the state, and the only thing is the name is in the title of the parish, so they're gonna give it to us to pass.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert, second by Councilman Lohr. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Item 12, intergovernmental agreement beginning in January of 2013 between the Ascension Parish government, Ascension Parish Fire Protection District 2, and the City of Donaldsonville, an amount of $187,693.74.
So
Chief
moved.
Chuck Montero. Motion by Councilman Joseph, second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Any discussion? Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Thanks, Chief Montero. Item 13, professional service contract between the Ascension Parish government and Prevost Memorial Hospital. Is Mr. Matassa here? Mr. Pierce is going to handle that one in his stead.
Grew up a little bit.
This is just a contract we do every year with Prevost Memorial.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Joseph, second by Councilman Dempsey Lambert. Any discussion? Any opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Item 14, purchase of a new fire engine for Ascension Parish Fire District Number 3 in an amount of $409,020.12. Purchasing Director Joan Shivers and Chief Mark Stewart, Prairieville.
I'll make that, I'm sorry. I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Motion by Councilman Lohr, second by Councilman Melanson. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Item 15, surplus equipment list to be presented for public auction. Mr. Depew.
At last month's meeting, you approved a surplus. This is a follow-on of the rest of the equipment. We'll probably have one more large auction, probably in November, December timeframe. These are online auctions. They'll run for about 7 days. The bidding will be open, and then the individuals that purchase them will be able to pick up the items.
When is the start date of the auction?
6 September. I had my list with me and I left it. I think it's 6 September, but we'll be putting out a public notice tomorrow in the paper, and we'll announce it.
Okay.
You said
6 days in September, or?
It'll be 7 days. The auction
7 days.
goes on just like eBay. They bid, and bid, and the auction closes.
October 22nd? Okay, thank you. Motion by Councilman Dempsey Lambert, second by Councilman Kluwat. Any discussion?
Real
Mr.
quick,
Kluwat.
Mr. Pugh, is this just a pretty comprehensive list, this final list?
Yes, this is the final list. It was comprehensive, yes. There's still some more equipment that will be coming in, that's being turned in, that will be processed, and there'll be another surplus list coming to you probably in another month.
But for this particular auction, this is the one.
This is the one.
Thank you.
And we reached about 70% of our lease conversion to leases. and turning in our own vehicles.
Councilman Joseph?
Yeah, I guess it's for finance. We auction all these things. Do we have a total of, can we get a report of how much money that I know we contracting it out and we get a percentage of it. Can I get a percent, how much
An
we,
exact breakdown.
all right. Yeah, that's all I'm looking for, a price of what we was gonna take in based on this.
All right. Any other discussion? Any opposition? Motion
you.
passes. Thank you, Mr. Item 16, Acadian Commercial Contractors, change order number 1 for Donaldsonville Public Park Pavilion in the amount of $9,772, and a work change directives number 1 and 2. Mr. Jared Monso.
Make that motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Lohr, second by Councilman Joseph. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion passes. Item 17, Sales and Use Tax Report. Ms. Gwen LeBlanc.
Thank you, Chairman. You have before you your normal sales and use tax report. This is for the month of July, what was collected in July for June sales. And our 3 sales tax districts are listed on the left, and you can see that the July collections compared to 11 and year-to-date compared to 2011 are very positive. And you can easily see that East Ascension drainage half-cent is less than the sales tax district number 2, which is also a half-cent. And the main reason is that it's due to the petrochemical industry on the west side of the river. And compared to our budget, you can see we're at 58.33% of the year, so we're up in all 3 sales tax districts. If you read the periodicals coming out, there's still a lot of concern about the global economy. The capital region, Ascension Parish led the home sales. That's a positive. They were up 32% in the capital region in the month of July. And that's from report from the Greater Baton Rouge Area Association of Realtors. You can see on page 2 our bar chart. This is using our 1-cent sales tax district only. And this is a year-to-date, January through July of 11 compared to 12, with 12 being the red bar. And you can see across the spectrum that all of them are up at this point. And then the next page is our pie chart, and this is using the 1-cent sales tax only. And it's just to give you a kind of a depiction of where your sales taxes are being remitted from. And you can see the petrochemical industry was the largest piece of the pie at 46%. And that's not only their sales taxes, it's their main suppliers. And then consumer retail is at 32, motor vehicles at 12, and business to business at 10%. And the last chart is a bar chart of all 3 districts, and it's showing the comparison year-to-date to the last since 2003. And in East Ascension Drainage, which is at the top, the largest tax year for them was 2008. And you can see the yellow represents the year-to-date collections in all those years, and you can see that we're on key to be the largest sales tax collection in the history of the parish sales tax districts. The center one is our sales tax district number 1. The highest year was 8, and it was, if you look at the red bars, 8, and right behind it was 11. They were very close. And then if you look at the yellow, which represents year-to-date, you can see that we're ahead of that also in the sales tax district number 1. The last chart is sales tax district number 2. It is the same story. 8 was the highest year, and 11 was just right there with it, and the yellow represents year-to-date, which is ahead of all the years on the chart. I do have a report from the Greater Baton Rouge Industry Alliance, and they predicting with the plant managers that the industrial corridor should remain the same for the rest of this year, and that they are still concerned about the uncertain European markets. So it looks positive at this time, and we feel more than confident that we'll meet our budget. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Any questions for Ms. Gwen? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Gwen. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Moving on to item 18, revenue and expenditure report, Ms. Amanda Barat.
Good evening. Before you, your financial reports for the month of July 2012. On page 1, your total revenues are at 57.68% at 58.33% of the year. The funds highlighted in green are the funds that are under the budget by 5% or more. And on page 4 of the report, there's an explanation for those funds. On page 2, total expenditures are at 54.41% at 58.33% of the year. Funds highlighted in green are funds that are over the budget by 5% or more. And on page 5, there's a report that shows an explanation for those funds. On page 3 are charts that compare both year-to-date revenue and expenditure for operating, which is the yellow bar, and capital, which is the blue bar, to the budget, which is your green bar. And on the last page of the report is a listing of all checks issued in the month of July. That was over 100,000, and the total of these checks are $1,968,945.02. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Any questions for Ms. Amanda? Thank you, Ms. Amanda. Appreciate that. Moving on to agenda item 19.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Motion adjourned by Councilman Todd Lambert.
Second.
Second by Councilman Lohr. Meeting's adjourned.